artists, we are now going to do the final step in our project, and we are going to shade our spheres. So right now they are circles, and by the time we finish adding the shading, they're going to become spheres. So a circle is a two-dimensional shape, and a sphere is a three-dimensional form. So on paper, we show that something is three-dimensional by adding shading to it. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just gently erasing anywhere that I see my original pencil lines. So I can kind of hide those a little bit. So if you see your pencil lines really dark, then just take a second and erase those away. Okay, so in the first step, I created my lower parts with warm colors. So that means my spheres are going to become cool. If you started down here with cool colors, now your spheres will become warm. So you're gonna do the opposite of whatever it was that you chose. So I'm gonna start here by picking one of my spheres, and I am going to make my spheres in the center, my darkest ones. So I'm gonna use my darker colors for the inside. Now, since this is a round object, I'm going to curve my hand. I'm going to make the left side of my sphere is going to be light, and my right side's going to be a little darker. So think about what we did in the last step where we created that smooth gradient, that fade from dark to light. Okay, we want it to blend really soft and smooth. I'm curving my hand. My pencil I sharpened before I started, so I have a nice long edge. I'm laying it down flat. This right side's darker. I'm going to fade this over, and now I'm going to keep a light spot here. Blend all this together. Okay, and again, remember, you can turn your paper. So it's not just outlining, it's blending that darker shaded edge in. And then getting that light spot on the left side. Now, I want the spheres that are closer to my center to be a little darker because they are going off into the distance. And the spheres that are closer to my edges or larger, I want to make a little bit brighter. Okay. So that's my first one. Then I can pick another color. So I'm gonna do a violet. I'll start working on my sphere out here. Again, I'm going to stick to the same. I'm going to make my right side, darken that up. My pencil has a nice point to it. Making the edges nice and smooth, nice and round. Curving my marks. I don't want to use straight lines because this is not a straight-edged object. Fade that out, laying my pencil down a little bit flatter. Okay, and then I would keep shading in the same way. Larger ones just take a little bit more time because you have more surface here to cover. But don't rush through, make it neat, especially around those edges. Work in smaller pencil marks, shorter marks. Don't try to fill it really quick, okay? Because you can always tell when somebody rushes. Gets a little sloppy, gets a little wild. Okay, your illusion is best served when it is nice and neat. The cleaner you can make this, the higher the quality of your craftsmanship, the better the illusion will be at the end. And then I'm going to keep working on this, gonna make my light area here. I'm gonna work out from there. Make that meet. Bring this in to meet here. Let that fade. So you're working on just controlling that pressure, light to dark, hard to soft, trying to get a nice fade down without making it look like it's stripes. Okay, you want it to have a nice smooth blend. And like I say in class, this is something that sounds so simple and so easy. And then you go to do it and you realize that it's actually quite a tricky skill, and it's something that all artists continue to work on all the time, continue to improve. So I need to resharpen my pencil because I've lost my long point, but you kind of get the hang of it now. Make the right side a little bit darker, get a little bit of a highlight here on the left, and then keep that with all of them. So if you use warm on the bottom, it's cool on the top. If you use cool on the bottom, it's gonna be warm on the top. Okay, have fun.